Alright guys, so today I'm going to try to do somewhat of an air roll tutorial. A quick disclaimer, I have not mastered this yet, and I'm about a week into it, and things are going pretty well. But one of the important things to understand about air rolling is it's hard. It is not easy, and there's a lot of different things going on at the same time that your brain has to be taken into account. But over the course of how I've been learning, and since I'm not so far into it like some of these other YouTubers, to the point to where their brain is running some sort of autonomous program, and it's completely subconscious to them, and they're able to completely block out everything, and they're just doing it. And I don't even think that they know why, and that's part of the reason why I think it's so hard for them to actually explain it. I am getting to that point to where the muscle memory is starting to set in, but it's not quite there yet. So I think I'm in a good position to be able to teach people who are brand new to air roll and haven't really even started anything, or people who probably seem stuck. So with that, we'll get into it. Now there's a YouTuber by the name of SpookLuke, and he has a good tutorial on how to basically get started. I think he's partially right and partially wrong. And the reason why I say that is he has this thing where when you're spinning, if you want to go left, you pull down and to the right. So he will do something like this. If you want to go left, you go down and to the right. And as you can see, it's not really all that correct. And if you want to go right, you push up and to the right. So there. And that kind of works. And that's down and to the right. And now I'm going left. It is kind of wrong, but it is a good starting point just to get familiar with you being in the air. So I would actually recommend to go watch that YouTube video. He does have some good points on how to start practicing it. But there was a aha moment that I had after that. And basically I'm going to teach it to you in steps. So we'll go ahead and start with this. The first thing is being able to orient your car in a 60 to 80 degree angle flying towards the other goal without spinning. And holding your boost, just like this. As you can see, it's the way a lot of people are used to controlling their car in the air anyways. And I want you to take away one key aspect of flying like this. If you want to go left, you go left. If you want to go right, you go right. If you want to go forward, you go forward. If you want to go back, you go back. Super, super simple. And all you need to do is incorporating that while air rolling. So after you can just fly across the stage with your car just like this, feathering your boost to maintain altitude, you're ready to start air rolling. One of the important things to know is your keybinds. And you have regular air roll, which I have to left bumper. This allows me to roll left and right. And I have that to left bumper. But you need a air roll left keybind. And mine is X on the Xbox. I think that's square for the PlayStation. And that allows me to just continuously spin to the left as long as I'm pressing down that button. So the first thing, or the next thing that you're going to want to practice is just air rolling from one side of the goal to the other. So just holding it down and keeping that angle and just going across. Notice how you're not making any adjustments. Your car still goes as if you weren't air rolling. But it's important to take into account something. Your adjustment points. So people who can air roll seem to be able to adjust their car no matter what part of the car is facing the camera. But to keep things simple, to start out, notice every time you're air rolling, see when the top of the car is facing. So now, make a mental note of that, because it's important. Now. The reason why that's important is because when the car is in that orientation, it's no different than being like this. It's just you have a very small amount of time to be able to react to it. So when you're air rolling, if you wait for those times and say you want to go left, you'll go left. And if you want to go right, it's literally just the opposite. Right. And at the core of it really is that simple. You want to go right and left, just wait for your car to hit that point of with the top of it facing the camera, and you should be able to start slowly controlling your car on that rotation point. Now obviously that's inefficient because you have to wait until it gets around in order to make those adjustments, and it's slow, but it is a good starting point into being able to start adjusting your car during the air roll. The next major point that you need to look at is when the bottom side of the car is facing you. And when the car is like that, right is left and left is right. Forward is back and back is forward. Your brain knows this. I don't have to tell you this, but it's important to understand that if you want to go left with your car is facing, or with the bottom of the car facing you, you have to hit right on the joystick. And you can use this to now decrease your inputs down to half. Okay, so this is post-processing me. Yeah, that was worded really badly. Basically, what I'm saying is to allow you to start making corrections at different orientations, so you're not doing it just when the top of the car is facing you. Like I said, I think the pros and the people who are really good at air rolling, they can make adjustments no matter what orientation the car is and make the car go in any direction that they want. And this is kind of starting to build the fact that you don't just need to see the top of the car to be able to start making those adjustments. So you're rotating, you want to go right, you can continue to make those adjustments to keep going left faster. So I'm going to go left, and what you're going to see is I'm going to hit left on the joystick when I can see the top of the car, and then I'm going to hit right on the joystick when I can see the bottom of the car. So left, right, and I fucked it up because I'm still pretty bad at this. But I'm just trying to give you an idea on how to control your car. Now, this is where I guess I kind of had a small breakthrough moment, and where things started clicking. So, if you notice, when I'm rotating, when the car is like with the top of it facing, you can go left. With the top of the car facing you, you just hit left on the joystick. But say the car is in that orientation. Well, how do you go left? Pull back. Seems simple enough, right? And if you want to go right, and the car is in that orientation, push forward. This seems so easy, but for some reason your brain doesn't register. So the next thing that I'm practicing, and this is where I'm at currently in my air roll, I guess journey you could call it, is when I see the top of the car and I want to go left, I go left and then I pull back. And it's a fluid motion. Left while the top of the car is facing the camera. And then when the right side of the car is facing the camera, I pull back. And it's slowly rolling the joystick from left to pulling back. And you get this. And if you want to go right, you wait for the car, the top of the car to be pointed at you, and you push right on the joystick and you roll up to pushing forward on the joystick, and it looks something like this. And now you're going right. But I want you to notice something. It's always 90 degrees from your first input, right? So if you want to go left, you go left and then roll your stick down 90 degrees. And if you want to go right, you go right and roll your stick up. So left, left, back, 90 degrees. And then right is right, up. And now we're going right. So the next thing that's important is whenever you do the left and then pull back adjustment to go left, your car is kind of horizontal with the ground. Let's demonstrate here. And you're horizontal. And how do you kind of get back up? Well, without showing it in slow motion, when you finish the turn, your car is upside down and pointed to the left while continuing to rotate. And this is probably one of the things that was really unintuitive to me, but if you play it in slow motion and kind of look at it, it makes sense. If you want to get your car oriented back upright after you make that turn, going to the left and then rolling it down, the moment you see the bottom of the car, and it's going to come fast, is actually to go left and pull down again. So you're pulling down when the side of the car is showing itself to the camera. And like I said, you can slow it down and see why it works, but just trust me, it does. And let's see if I can get it right. And you're back upright, kind of, with a slight leftward motion. So it's left, down, and then left, down, pretty quickly afterwards. Left, down, and the car's back upright. Maybe I was better at editing, I could do a slow motion. In fact, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it here, and then I'm gonna slow it down, and I'll put some commentary over it so you can kind of see. So here you can see that the top of the car is facing the camera, and now I'm starting my input to the left to start that turn to the left. And now the car is upside down, so to continue going left, I need to be pulling back on the stick. Now this part's important. The wheels are facing you. So if you want the car to go to the right, you have to pull left. And this is what I mean by now you're pulling left again in order to start the car back upright. It's really confusing, but I'm hoping the slow-mo kind of helps you understand what I'm doing with the inputs. And here, now the left side of the car is facing you. So in order to go back upright, you need to be pulling back on the stick. And this is a clear representation of why, if you want to go left and then go back upright, you go left on the stick and then pull down, and then back left on the stick and pull down again. And after you're done with the inputs, your car should be relatively upright again, but you should be moving now to the left. And when you kind of put all of that together, you get something like this. And you can hit pretty much any corner of the goal that you want. It starts to make sense the more and more you do it. Well, I really do hope that this video that I put together is a little helpful in getting you to understand how to, I guess, begin to understand how air roll actually works, and to see that it's a bunch of these little micro adjustments and being able to control your car in any orientation. I am not trying to act like I know what I'm doing. In fact, all of this could be wrong, but it seems to be somewhat working in the fact that I can kind of control my car in the air now. And I'm just hoping it gets better with time, but I think having a good understanding of why you're doing what you're doing will help. And just remember those steps. You know, first, be able to just fly across the map and control your car left and right, back and forward, really consistently. And then be able to just air roll from one side, maybe making adjustments back and forward to control your tilt angle by seeing the top of the car. So if you want to go forward more, push forward, and if you want to come back more, pull back and back. And once you kind of got a good control of that, start working on your left, your right, and start really getting control of being able to just somewhat control your car to the left or right. And then once you get all that down, then you'll kind of be where I'm at, where I'm kind of experimenting on how to turn left and right in other orientations. So, you know, we just went over left and then back to go left. But maybe try to start going left by maybe starting when the car is, the right side of the car is facing you. So pulling back, and it seems to be pulling back and then going right to continue turning left when the side of the car is facing you, the right side of the car. So back and right, yep, and you go left. And then if I had to guess, it's going to be up and to the left to go right. And my mind's already blacking out. But this is where I'm at in my air roll journey, trying to figure out how to get this done. And yeah, I hope this helps. And you know, let me know in the comments if this did help you. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm just really stupid, and because if I am learning the wrong way, I'd like to know as well, so I'm not wasting time. But yeah, y'all have a good day.